hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean, yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing, yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been such a long time since I have said those words, and I'm so happy to be back and filming videos for you guys. I've taken a very long break from YouTube and really social media itself, but I am going to come back strong with budgeting and planning and whatever other videos that might seem like they might fit my channel well. So thank you guys so much for still supporting me. I have people messaging me all the time asking if I'm doing okay. So thank you guys so much. And today I am going to make out my December budget. So that includes my income, my expenses, and then also my debt and my sinking funds. So just kind of prepping for December budget-wise. And as I get further into different videos that I'm posting, a lot in my life has changed. I have since got married, I have moved, I have a different job, so I have a lot of different things that have changed, but I'll talk about that more in other videos, but I just wanted to hop on here, get a video up and posted, and have it be the start of something good. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to skip the income portion for now, and I'm just going to move down to expenses. Also, this is a happy planner, and I was always before an Erin Condren girl, but one thing I dislike about Erin Condren is it has the coils and the sheets are not removable. I know they have a binder system, or like the 3-ring binder, which I did try that, but it's too big for, I guess, my liking. So I am trying the Happy Planner. I like that, you know, you can remove each sheet when you need it, because I hate writing on the coils. So I thought that I would try out the Happy Planner and see if it was something that I liked better, so that you don't have to write on the coils, because there's nothing more annoying than that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll zoom you guys in a little bit here. So for my expenses, I have like all of my obviously regular household expenses, utilities and whatnot, and then I have a few debts, some subscriptions. I am still doing cash envelope stuffing and sinking funds, and then still some very fun savings challenges, which I'll get into those more in another video. But we're going to start with expenses here, and my first one is going to be my mortgage. And of course, I grabbed a pen that didn't work. Okay, so my mortgage, the budgeted amount, and this is a pretty fixed amount, is $1,187. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. I hope you guys can see that. Next is going to be utilities. So this includes water, garbage, electric, all that fun stuff. And it's been running about $215, so I'm going to keep it at that. Next is Verizon, and this is for my phone plan. So I have quite a few people on my phone plan. I have myself, and then all 3 of my kids have a phone, and then also my mom and my grandma have been on my phone plan forever and ever and ever. It just makes it cheaper, you know, if we all share a phone plan, and it's just cheaper that way. So that's how we like to keep it. So my portion, which includes myself and the 3 kids, is $197.60. And then Hulu, and that is what we use for TV. And that right now is running about $72.76 a month. It seems like yearly around this time they increase their rates. So I have been waiting for that email, which I'm sure will come sooner than later. It's usually been about $10 increase a year. I've had it for quite a few years now. And I do have Hulu Live, which is why it's so expensive. I don't even know what the regular Hulu would be, but so let's see here, PayPal, so this is one of my debts, is $30. And then I have Capital One, which is the second credit card, and that one I've been doing $150 on. And then Canva is a monthly subscription, and that one is $12.99. And then Epidemic Sound, I'm going to abbreviate that. That's another monthly subscription. That one's $17.99. I have our internet, runs right around $100 a month. And then I'm going to put in here wallet. And what I mean by that is, though that is the money that I take out of my paycheck each week that goes into my wallet, obviously, for my cash envelope. So it includes groceries, gas. I have a few other categories as well, which I'll get into when I get further into my budget, but that's what that includes. So I usually budget the same amount every week, and I take that amount out in cash, and then I have that weekly amount to spend. So I'm going to put that one will be $1,320. So that's for the entire month, and then that amount is broken down into 4 weeks, and then broken down into even further into the separate categories that I have. And then the last thing I'm going to put on here is sinking funds. And I'm not going to put an amount down yet on sinking funds because what I was wanting to do is every time I get paid, I'm just going to kind of see where I'm at with my sinking funds because I have quite a few, and I will show you guys all the different sinking funds I have on the next page. But I'm not going to put anything budgeted in here yet. I'm going to do that later in the month when I kind of have an idea of where I'm going to be. So that is, so I'm not even going to total it up at the bottom because, like I said, I will add in sinking funds down the road. I will total it up here for you guys quick so you can just see kind of where I'm at before I add in my sinking funds to give everyone an idea. It's hard for me to talk when I'm doing this calculator because I seem to mess it up every single time. So hopefully I added all that right. And so we're at $3,303.34 for expenses before my sinking funds. So that kind of gives you a rough idea. So I'm going to flip the page here. And the next two that I'm going to work on in this video is going to be my debt tracker and sinking funds. So we're going to start with the debt tracker. Aside from my mortgage, which I'm not going to track on here, this is just going to be like my consumer debt. So I have two different credit cards. The first one being PayPal, and that's PayPal Credit. And then Capital One. So we are, let me find my paper here. So for PayPal, I am beginning December with a balance of $3,682, and Capital One with a balance of $2,000. $905. So those are my two different consumer debts. And I'm going to go ahead and add those two up. That brings me to $6,587 in consumer debt, which I have been working on getting paid off. So now, zoom out a tiny bit here because I have a lot of sinking funds. So with sinking funds, I have a combination of long-term sinking funds and short-term sinking funds, and I'm just going to write them out here. I'm actually going to go into detail about my sinking funds in another video. I plan on doing a like setting up my sinking fund binder in its own video itself. So I'll go into more detail on the sinking funds that I have, and then what reason is behind them and how I plan on funding them, like due dates of when I need to have certain sinking funds funded by, all the details of that. So for now, I am going to write down all of my categories, and now every single one of these is going to have a beginning balance of 0, because I am just starting the sinking fund. I don't even know what you would call it. I'm just starting sinking funds again. So I have done this for a long time, but I took a break with them, so I am going to start them up again. Because the amazing thing about sinking funds, and obviously the reason behind them, is so that when you have a specific event, you have all the money saved from it already because you've been funding the sinking fund, you know, on a weekly or bi-weekly, whatever it is, basis. So say for instance, your car insurance, if you pay it every 6 months or annually, if you are putting that money aside every time you get paid, by the time that due date comes around, you have that cash ready to go, and you don't have to take like a large amount of money out of one check, because that's sometimes difficult for people to do. I know it is for me. Or even say Christmas, you know, if you want to have, say, $1,000 for Christmas, well, if you break that $1,000 up throughout the year, you know, if you're paid every week, that's 52 weeks, you know, of putting money into an envelope. That way, when Christmas comes around, you have an envelope full of cash and you didn't have to take it from one paycheck. So I love sinking funds. They're probably the funnest part of budgeting for me, that and savings challenges. So these are really in no particular order. Oh wait, yeah, they're not in any particular order. So the first one that I have is going to be beauty. And again, all of these are going to have a beginning balance of 0. The next one is kids. And then we go to planner and household. And then Black Friday. And of course, Christmas. Sorry, I got lost there. Okay, back to school. And county fair. I know some of these you guys are probably like, what the heck is that for? But I promise I will explain it all in detail in a video completely dedicated to sinking funds. So we have car insurance, and then car registration, and then vacation, and debt snowball, and then Sam's Club, computer. And last is emergency. So those are my, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different sinking funds. And I can tell you that the majority of these are long-term goals. Emergency, computer, debt snowball, vacation, car registration and insurance, fair, back to school, Christmas, and Black Friday. Those are all long-term. And then these 4 up here, beauty, kids, planner, and household. Oh, and Sam's Club. That one too. Those are all more short-term goals. I don't really have an ending balance that I need. You know, those are things that I could purchase on a week-to-week basis. So if we go down here, I'm going to total these up. Obviously, my total starting balance is 0 for sinking funds, but that gives me a start for the month. At the end of the month, I'll come back in here and I will write down the amounts that I have added in cash for all of these sinking fund categories. I will mark anything that I have taken out from them and then also what the ending balance is. So kind of like a recap of my sinking funds. And then the only thing left that I have in here, which I am not going to write anything down right now for, is I have my transactions, and then a weekly check-in page, and then a cash planning sheet as well. So with the transactions and the weekly check-in, so every week when I get paid, I go through my wallet categories, so my cash envelope. So like I said, that's groceries, gas. I also have a spending envelope, an eating out envelope, a drink envelope. I don't like coffee, but we have this, I don't really even know what you would call it, a juice bar maybe, little shop in the town that I live in, and I like to get one of their drinks like once a week, and they're kind of expensive, so I try to only do it once a week, but I figure I'm not a coffee drinker, so I splurge on this instead. So I have an envelope for that, and then kind of like an extra envelope, just has a little bit of extra money in it every week in case I go over somewhere else. So every week, when I get paid, I will go through those 6 categories and see what I spent and how much I have remaining. So I'll write down whatever the transaction was. So maybe I went to and got gas at a specific gas station, or maybe I went and got groceries. So I'll write the date, the amount, the category, and then what the description was. So I'll do that every week, and then I just transfer it over and total it. So groceries, I spent X amount and I have X amount left over. So those are my weekly check-ins. And then with my cash, every week, I have this sheet and I have it broke down by all of my different categories. So I have my wallet categories up here, my short-term sinking funds, my long-term sinking funds, and then these are my savings challenges. So each week after I pay my regular bills, which included, which included mortgage, utilities, Verizon, all of that stuff. Once all of those are paid, the cash that I have remaining, I will take out of the bank, and then these will have the same amount every week, the wallet ones, but all of these sinking funds and savings challenges, I will then decipher how that cash is going to be allocated to each one of these on a weekly basis. So that will be very exciting. And then of course, after that, you have the cash stuffing, which is probably, who am I kidding? It's everybody's favorite part of these types of videos. It's just so fun to watch people stuff their envelopes. It's just really satisfying. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to be back, and I hope you guys bear with me. I would like to post 2 to 3 videos a week if possible. and so that I can stay regular and keep motivated in my budgeting, and also hopefully motivate you guys with your budgeting, and kind of, I don't know, be cheerleaders for each other in the budgeting and planning world. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not. There's definitely lots more to come, and leave a comment down below if you would like, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!